Sergio Ermotti, welcome to Bloomberg. You've delivered over $1 billion in net attributable profit. Last time we spoke, you said, Manus, I had a tough quarter. How would you sum up this one?
Well, this one wasn't really better than that. So still very challenging market conditions. But I'm glad that we were able to bring a solid performance in this difficult context.
In terms of the investment bank, profits down by 59%. You announce a restructuring. What does that mean? What does it look like?
Look, market conditions in the last few quarters have been very challenging, and for sure they are not the market conditions that are also favoring our business mix and strategic choices. We are much more skewed towards Europe and Asia than we are into the US in our IB businesses, and this is still a business where the US is dominating both in terms of calendar, in terms of business activity, and client sentiment is a little bit better than outside the US.
You're going to take $100 million of a charge. What cost savings will you get, and is it going to mean job losses?
I think that we expect in the region of 90 million a year cost savings out of these charges. And most importantly, I think that it's going to give us an opportunity to refocus our activities. For example, in the markets business, we will really focus on our execution, on our structuring, and our financing businesses, leveraging all the technology investments we made in the last few years. In banking, we'll focus on fewer industries and more on a global basis than on a regional basis. So also there, leveraging the expertise we have within the organization.
And will it mean, you had 5,300 people in that division at the half-year mark, so are there going to be significant job losses?
I don't think that there will be significant in the context of the numbers you mentioned, but of course we need to adapt the business to the current market conditions and the new priorities.
Your product of excellence has been, since you scaled back on the rates business, you scaled up on FX. Where's the product excellence going to focus in this restructure?
Still on execution. We are still a leader in equities. We are still a leader in FX. Of course, we are under invested or underrepresented in credit and rates, and we saw also good developments on balances in prime brokerage in the financing part of the business. So we will continue to look at those areas in terms of the markets business. In terms of our banking business, as I said before, we focus on few industries and on a global basis rather than having a regional approach.
Net new money, the T-Live blog is going. It says you've got ladles of net new money. $16 billion for the wealth management side of the business. Where did that mostly come from? Where's the flow from?
Well, you know that net new money, we are really focused on not on a quarter-on-quarter basis. I'm very happy that we have a positive trend for the year, slightly above the 2% net new money. The vast majority was coming from Asia. We also saw a pickup in the contribution of lending to net new money. But I'm pleased to see that across the board, in all regions, we had a positive or neutral impact of net new money.
I looked at the client slides in terms of your clients are waiting to buy the dip. Do you get a sense that if we got a good trade deal, a phase one trade deal, a negotiated Brexit, there's a pent-up desire from the clients to actively get involved?
If all these challenges that you mentioned are somehow addressed or clarified at least, I do believe that there is room for investors to come back selectively in the market. So the vast majority wants to reinvest. Around 46% of the investors we surveyed think so, but 66% wants to see a dip. Now, it all depends how the dip is going to play out. Last December, a year ago, we saw a dip and was too quick and too dramatic to really trigger a real interest by investors. So we need to see an opportunity where things get resolved or any correction in the market is somehow digestible by investors.
As you travel around the world, is your glass half full or half empty in terms of resolving some of the big issues I've put to you?
If I look in that sense, I would say it is a half-half.
Half. We've got to get some resolution. Wealth management. We talked about the net new money coming in there. You have a new banker, Iqbal Khan. I want to know what you and he have decided as being the unrealized opportunities. Apparently, Iqbal sent a memo. What are they?
Well, I think that Iqbal has onboarded very fast and is helping us to execute our current strategy, which always had a series of opportunities that we wanted to explore and execute on. So, of course, like in any situations when somebody starts into a new job, we expect the person to contribute to the development of the strategy and not only to the execution of the existing ones.